Guys, before we get going, you know what we got to do? We got to give a huge shout out to our Patreon subscribers. So, thank you to Tony, Starla, Luke, Jacob, Jeff, Adam, Chuck, Justin, Brian, Dusty, Alpha 80 Swag, Roland Rogans, Kay, and Center. Thank you guys so much for your support. It means the world to Luke and I. Without you guys, this train would not be a chugga-chuggin'. Choo-choo. Also, guys, the Discord. Go check out the... Listen, side note, I watched Major Payne last night. And chugga. Anyways, the Discord, guys. Go and check out the Discord. Find a link for Discord and Patreon, both in the episode notes. And enough about that, shall we, guys? We got episode 210 of 210 about to get underway here. In the beginning of last week, we all know what happened, at least if you're East Coast, middle
Central
America,
time as well.
Central time.
Central time
I don't think the West Coast got to experience it because they started too late, but Ed was down. We were delivering quote-unquote old school. We're going to talk about that and how much fun that was. Also, many other things as well. I mean, there's a video also going around with it was a shootout in Vegas. A UPS driver caught it on camera, but Luke and I am not sure if it's real or not, and we're going to talk about some things about that because it might be AI. I don't know. We don't know, but we're going to talk it out. And we got many other things as well, guys. 210 about to get underway. I'm ready. I know Luke's ready. I hope you guys are ready. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Here we go.
Leave your help on the side of the road, West Virginia, Virginia. And now your host, Dave and Luke. And now your host, Dave and Luke.
And what's up, everybody? And thank you for joining us on another episode of All in the Delivery. This is episode 210. And we are happy to be here with you guys on this lovely, lovely day. Hopefully it's lovely for you guys too out there in those brownies. Hopefully everybody's staying safe, staying hydrated, staying cool, because we've had a couple hot days recently. But anyways, guys, let's go around the screen, shall we? You guys know him, your co-host down in West Virginia.
Fuck.
Come here, let me see ya. Luke, how are you, buddy?
Well, first off, I just want to say, use the term call it in the ring last week. This is something I have to bring up because anytime I hear about it, I feel like I have to say it. But dude, Major Payne, probably one of my top 3 favorite movies of my childhood. It could be number 1. It's like, I don't know what I would compare with it that would knock it off right off the top of my head, dude. I absolutely love that movie. It is so good. And every time when you said that, I'll be sitting there tonight. The whole scene when he, I can't think. What was the kid's name? The young kid. Was it Tiger or what the
Tiger?
Fuck? Tiger,
yep.
Yeah. So both parts when he says, when he says he has the nightmare, he fucking says, he's like, when she's telling him he's being sensitive or whatever.
He's reading the book that she gave him about being sensitive.
Reading the book about being sensitive. And he comes up and he said, whatever he said, now get on upstairs for that boogeyman comes out, chops your little head off. Dude,
he's got the machete.
The machete swings
whatever
out.
it was. Yeah.
And then when he goes to tell that fucking story, I swear that whole movie, I could probably quote it. And I just wanted to make sure I mentioned it. I fucking love Major Payne.
He's like the little nubs flapping his knees.
Dude. Just, Pain, I can't feel my legs.
That's because they're gone. And them just flapping like this.
I don't know if his name was Bubba or not. I just thought of
Pretty
Bubba,
sure it's
and
Bubba.
I was thinking, was it Bubba? 'Cause I started thinking, am I using Bubba Gump for Forrest
No,
Gump? But Bubba Gump didn't get his legs blown off. He unfortunately passed. It was Lieutenant Dan. Sorry, that's another movie.
So this is the crazy part about that, right? Because like, you know, we were just like, well, what do we want to watch? And I was just like, Danielle didn't care, right? And I was like, oh, I was thinking old school. At first, I went to go see it. Viva La Bam series was somewhere on there. Could not find it anywhere. Only Jackass, you know. But I went to go see if Viva La. Couldn't find it. All right. I was like, Ace Ventura, you know, Ace Ventura movies on it. I was like, okay, maybe. And I was like thinking, I was like, oh, Major Payne. I was like, let me go search this one. Search it right there. I'm like, sweet. Major Payne, clicked it, put it on. You know, it starts off, you know, with him in like war, you know, and you know, he takes like 30 dudes for hostage. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning there, because like he holds like the guy to a gunpoint, and then like, you know, everyone's like, yeah, you are unmatched. You know, there's all these guys, and he was like, and you know, he says something, and then he takes 30
sticks
guys.
his gun up his ass and says something like, "I'd cleanse your colon," something before. I forget exactly what he says, but
so then like we're watching, and at the end of the movie, Danielle, she goes, what the fuck did we just watch? I looked at her and I was like, wait a second. I was like, have you never seen Major Payne before? She's like, no. I was like, what? I was like, how have you never seen this movie before?
Did you say this is how school should be?
Yeah, dude.
Like, what was it? It was like it's like a military academy or like an ROTC thing or whatever. I forget
they had a military academy at like one
I may have to
rewatch
it. I'm losing.
So good.
I'm not sharp on it as I thought, but dude, yeah. Well, then you did her a favor. Then everybody's got to see Major Payne.
I know, so good,
masterpiece, man.
But
it is.
But since we're on the topic of movies and TVs, Vans Warped Tour has been live today and yesterday from Long Beach, California. And oh my God, dude, it's just like I'm literally watching it from my couch. And like watching all these bands that like, you know, I love and all that, dude, and just it's awesome. It's pretty cool. And if anybody else has been watching it, you know, join in on the fun. So it's been good.
Oh shit!
I got you.
I moved.
It's all right. You're here. I got you. I know.
I can't. I'm gonna. What the fuck? I can't. I don't have him. Oh, maybe I. Hold on a minute.
Right here, guys. We got some technical difficulties.
Oh my God, there he is. There he is. Never mind. We are good.
Yeah.
Low Tech Tommy is spreading his wings and flying. It was as simple as me getting up and moving for a second, and my fucking tree trunk leg just knocked some shit loose. We're good.
But yeah, so that was pretty cool. Getting to watch the Vans Warped Tour live on Amazon Prime from Long Beach, California. So there's a couple more bands that are going to be on tonight as we're recording this Sunday that I'm looking forward to getting to watch too. So, dude, that's been great. I got to watch The Devil Wears Prada, not the movie, the band, The Devil Wears Prada, play on Warped Tour yesterday evening, and I'm just like,
nice.
I'm planning to go see them in Albany, New York on Sunday, sometime in December, I think it is, or. Yeah, it's a Sunday in December, and I'm like motionless and white. All these bands, anyways. Looking forward to that shit. But yeah, that's what I've been watching on TV recently: Major Payne and Vans Warped Tour. But yeah,
mean, dude. Yeah, it was. To just wrap up of how the weekend went, because I'm going to get started on our old school way of how we had to deliver. But we did go to a concert yesterday, and it was Willow's now third concert she's been to. I mean, it was a smaller, you know, the Clarks played in in Fairmont, and it was a free show, and it was pretty good, man. Clarks are one of them bands that I didn't realize they'd been around as long as they had. They actually had started in 1986. I remember them having a few hits when I was in high school, so I didn't realize they'd been around that long. But it was one of them shows that, like, you know, when it's a band you hadn't really heard for a long time, and you kind of forgot a lot of their good songs, because I could remember like 3 of their songs off the top of my head, but dude, then when we got there, I remembered like probably 10, and I was like, God, this is it. And I always like that, man, because it was like when shit like that's not planned, because when you go to a bigger show, you know, you know where you're going. Like, I had this happen at a bachelor party when we went to Louisville, and Bush just happened to be playing in downtown Louisville, and we went and saw Bush. And it was the same thing. I forgot how many fucking bangers Bush had that I listened to growing up. But
heck yeah.
As far as now to shift it back to delivery, this was the Monday. You get back from vacation, everybody's coming back off the weekend, and Ed is fucking down everywhere.
Ed showed up late for work.
Let's go ahead and just say, because I'd sent a message in the Discord, and you'd said you'd looked at it, like you'd looked at that message, and then almost instantly, wasn't it you? Somebody,
it was like 2 minutes later, like I'm hearing like rumors, or like our supervisors are coming down. Everyone's getting ready for the PCM, right? You know, the circles formed of drivers. You know, everybody's getting ready, and hey, did you get Ed? Hey, did you get Ed? Did you get Ed? Hey, did you guys get Ed? Did you guys get Ed? And like, I was like, holy shit! I was like, it's happening here too. After I read your message.
And isn't it crazy that it would be like totally different states, nowhere near any
entire country.
The entire country, it failed.
It failed.
And dude, it was fucking more area Monday. More area Monday. A lot of people on routes they're normally not on, and you can't even get navigation. You can't scan shit. It was old school as it got. Those fucking diodes were just props, just fucking sitting there getting charged.
Useless. And
dude, I didn't print a manifest, but I took a picture. We have 2 computers that we have like on the wall there that always have the routes on it. So I just went to mine and took some pictures on my phone of the screens. And I got about 26 or 27 delivered. And I took my break early, kind of hoping that it would go, because I was going to be in no service there, and I didn't want to fuck up my dyad when they've done that shit. Because anybody that's had these things had it happen in areas, and I feel like it's happened to me in spots where I have good cell service too. But when I've had shit transferred from the center that they're transferring into my board, like if I'm taking stops off of somebody or whatever it is, I feel like that it always fucks up and freezes. So I didn't. Yeah. But yeah, it was so freeing. It felt like the shackles were broken because you didn't have to follow trace.
It's follow nothing.
Yep.
You didn't have to we were just doing our job.
Just delivering boxes.
That's it.
Just delivering packages, going from one place to another, nothing getting scanned. Nobody, God, it was, the Linux cameras were on. They were still working. But I was laughing because I was telling Dave, just speaking of those, we had somebody come in and they said, I don't want you to think of it as Big Brother watching you. And I said, well, now I'm just not going to get that out of my head. I still talk to it like even if the audio really isn't on, and I don't think that it is in my building like that. Not saying that it can't be done. Not saying that I know we've already discussed that. But yeah, I still talk to it like it's going to be. My favorite thing to do is when I get myself into these. I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait. And this isn't going to be smart, so drivers don't listen to this. Vic Warhowski would not be proud of this statement, but I cannot wait for that fucking thing when the weather's bad and we have a bunch of snow and shit. I'm going to blow these motherfuckers' minds. What I'll do now is I'll get these spots, especially when I have my more area shit, and I'll fucking click that blue button and I'll mark it where I'm like in a tight ass spot where it's like going to be a hell of a way to get turned around, and I'll fucking yell up at that thing, get your fucking notepad out, and then I'll just get it done. And then when I deliver my next stop as I'm walking in the front, because I'll make sure I'm parked to where I can walk safely in front of the truck. I'll turn around and take a bow. Like, I don't know, these things might be they might be the end of me. I'm going to end up taking a bow one day and get hit by a semi truck or some shit. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
But no, it was how far along did you get in your day before, like, I know it was early.
It's like 22 stops, probably 22, 23 around there.
And then you have to like scan them out.
Then I had to manually just enter all the ones I did. Yeah.
Yep. So you're getting paid just to sit there, and if you're in
click, freeze, freeze up, click, freeze up again. I'm like, all right. Deliver. Oh, restart. Nope. Click. Free. Yeah. Great job with these diets, guys.
Yeah, just getting an extra 15, 20 minutes there.
Whatever.
Courtesy of our, courtesy of
whoever came up with these stupid things.
Dude, how does that happen to where it fails the entire, like, can you imagine how shitty if Central Time, they weren't as bad, but I want to know I bet the East, I'd love to have the numbers for Monday morning for Perfect Service Monday.
Late airs. Oh yeah,
dude. Well, it'd be however many
Our
late.
Stock dropped 25%.
however many airs were out on the East Coast, they were all late that day.
Oh man,
the stock dropped 25%. It's like
it was great.
It
was great. I enjoyed it.
Dude, it was awesome. No, yeah. It was great.
Yeah,
it was. Good. I feel like to not have to follow anything like lined up in the board was just so freeing. It felt fucking
refreshing.
Incredible. It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next time when it breaks down, because it'll happen again. It doesn't happen often, but it will happen. And I always love when it does, because it's just long enough for like some new crop of people to come in and realize that sometimes these fucking things fail you, and it's still good to have area knowledge if you can get it, but it's hard to acquire area knowledge with cradles. It really is. And haven't had, I don't know if I'll ever go back to covering, but if I did, it would be, I know I wouldn't be as, I don't know if I would be as like hands-on and learn, like, dude, when I started this route, I was able to cover 22 routes, and that was without GPS. And I could do, probably, I would say of the 20, I could do probably 15 to 18 of them. Like I knew, like I could do it pretty much like whoever ran it. Mm-hmm. And the other ones, those are the ones I didn't run as much. I do miss it sometimes, but it's still, I don't know how it would, because I know when I've had areas like when I've worked Saturdays and shit where I've delivered stuff that's not in my, not in my area, I've noticed that I mean, distracted driving or not, that fucking Linux camera doesn't look when you can't catch your eyeballs staring at the fucking diode when it's guiding you, I guess. But still.
So true. So true. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed that blackout.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was 20.
And I also wanted to throw in, because I threw in the docs, retired driver that knew the assignment. I thought this was hilarious, and I just wanted to throw it in real fast.
Okay.
I ended up, this happened maybe, I want to say Wednesday.
Okay.
Or Thursday. I was literally delivering my last air, so it was kind of funny because we had spoke of anybody from the previous episode, or it was either the previous episode or the one before that, where we I was discussing about the guy saying, there were guys saying you need to listen to retired drivers even if 12 next day airs and it's 9:45. Well, this guy had been retired for 26 years, so he was gone 7 7 years before I came around. And so we obviously had never met, and he walked up, and you know how, like, you know how you people use lingo and shit, so you'll just assume that they work there or knew somebody, you know, was closely involved with it in some way. And he like came up to me and was asking who the center manager was now, or do we even have center managers anymore, and all this stuff. And I figured, you know, and I asked him if he used to work for us. And dude, it was brief, and he was probably, I mean, dude, he's been retired 26 years, so he was up there. If he was probably about 80 years old, give or take. And he had stopped. And you know how old people a lot of times, especially nice old people, they like to talk, man. And that's not,
of course,
that's in UPS or wherever you're at in life, dude. If you can get around talking to old people, they're going to start talking. And I could tell this guy, because I showed him the fucking, I showed him the Linux camera. I showed him the diad, like the GP, you know, the cradle and all that shit. I was like, yeah, this is what they have now. I said, there's not any area knowledge anymore. It's a shame, blah, blah, blah. I said, you know, they don't have manuals telling them all this shit. And he said, well, it was nice meeting you, buddy. I don't want to hold you up. You have a good day. And I started laughing. I thought, thank you, sir. Thank you. Because I thought there's some fucking asshole on the internet that thinks that we should just fucking, I was like, this guy gets it. Because I was like, this guy hadn't been a driver in almost 30 years, and he fucking still understands.
He gets it.
I just wanted to make sure I threw that in there, because yeah, that happened like midweek, and I thought, oh, look, right here. So why couldn't I have my phone out? Just got that on camera. But like, sir, can you say that one more time? Thank you.
Yeah, I do. You're right. There's always those people that just constantly talk your ear off, and a lot of them are the elderly. You know, like they just, whether they're lonely, who knows? You know what I mean? Just when you get to that age, I don't know.
Dude, I was a helper one time. This was a long time ago. This was pre-driving days. And the guy, I wasn't with Disgruntled Doug. This was, because I helped some other drivers over time here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's still working with us. Good dude. I think I may have mentioned his name before on here. Shout out to you, Toby, if you listen. But we had this, I was riding with him one Christmas for like a day or two, and this old dude, he was following us, and he, like, you know, just assuming probably road rage, pissed off. You're just assuming that. And he comes out and has an empty box, and he wanted to give us this empty box in case we needed to ship something in it, because it was in such good shape. And I remember Toby looked at me, he said, man, if I get to the point where I'm just trying to give people boxes, just fucking I forget exactly what he said. I don't want to say like fucking hit me over the head or something, but dude, yeah, I'll never forget that, because he fucking was like beeping on the horn, wailing. He followed us for like a couple streets, like trying to flag us down, you know, assuming it's like probably you're just thinking the worst, you know, like, this fucking guys are going to bitch about not getting like, something or fucking, But then he gets out and he's all nice, dude. He was not, I don't feel like he was even that old, but he was older. Like he wasn't 80. But he was definitely AARP age, but AARP. Yeah, he was fucking, yeah, I remember him saying that, like, damn, dude, if I get to that point. But yeah, he was adamant on giving it that. And we let him keep it. We're like, nah, man, you can, I don't know what he ever did with it, man. He might have willed that box to one of his kids. I don't know. That's fucked up. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, that's funny, though. But you're right, though. We do have those people. Those people just follow us and, hey, I got something for you. You're like, shit.
Well, and I guess, too, just to keep it going with that, I wanted to give him a shout out. I wasn't going to give his government name on the podcast episode, but I lost a customer recently. Like he had passed away a few months back, and I just found out last week that he did. And very good dude. Anybody that followed me on Instagram or follows me on Instagram, I'd kind of made a couple Insta stories about the dude, and I was saying it in a kind of, if you can say batshit crazy in a complimentary way, that's kind of how he was in a sense. He was a very, very good dude as far as willing to help people and not want to make anything harder on me.
Mhm.
Anytime it was bad, he gave me his number to pick up stuff. If I got hung up, he had side by sides, excavators, he had all
Hell
kinds
yeah.
of equipment. I don't know what he did. Like, he was retired. I'm not sure what exactly he did for work, but he had a really nice property. And a lot of he had horses, a farm that he, it wasn't like a whole full-fledged farm. Like, I don't think he had like cows and shit, but he grew vegetables and stuff and had, he had he was the dude. If I would have gotten a ditch and needed to get fucking pulled out, that's allegedly, some people I've heard, they just get pulled out by helping hands out there. Don't even have to call it in, but I don't know who them people are. But he he was wild with conspiracy theories, and I wanted to just throw. There was a couple years ago, he wanted me to take off this day because of something with cell towers and what they were going to do with fucking frequencies. He was like one of them, like, dude,
Stay inside.
A lot of shit. This is the way I would probably describe him. A lot of shit that he would say, because I would sit there. A lot of times I would have to, we were just talking about older people liking to talk a lot. There were times I would have to just punch out. I just have to punch out on break for a little bit because it was like, dude, I'm been here for, I've been here for a long time, and you just got punch out time. But a lot of shit would make sense, and I'm not going to get into all everything that he would say, or that would take that'd be a 7-hour episode, part one. But because I delivered to this guy for a lot of years, but he just he was real. He was real anti. He was a fun guy to talk to because he would piss everybody off. But I just wanted to. He had the radio frequency thing, and he was saying that it would they were flipping a switch. And this was the most outlandish thing he said. I guess what I was trying to get at is he would get to the point where I would get if you're on the spot of where you're agreeing with somebody, he would get you right to the edge. This is what he would do for me and what I believe in. I would be right at the edge, right at the line, and then I'd look off the cliff and he would be like the dude on the bungee fucking descending down, and I'm like, I can't go that deep because he would go with some crazy shit. That was the thing with the radio frequencies. He wanted me to take this day off, and he was always strapped no matter what. He always had a fucking gun on him. And when this day came and passed, I didn't take the day off. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take a day because of this, because now I'm fucking kind of I was kind of curious. I was like, what the fuck's going to happen? Is the Walking Dead going to just turn up here? What's going to happen? The next time I saw him after that event came and passed and wasn't anything, it was the first time I ever saw him without a gun on him. He was not strapped unless he had an ankle fucking holster that I didn't see. He always would have one either at his fucking waist or had his shoulder holster strap, so you would always see it. And it was the first time I saw him without a gun. And I was like, oh man, dude, that would fucking knock him. That would definitely knock him back a peg. He ain't even fucking armed right now. But he was a fucking fun dude to fucking listen to. And Billy, you were a good guy, buddy. And I might joke about shit, but yeah, he was, he was a grandfather. He had a daughter and some grandkids, and so yeah, he was I mean, only really the second customer. This is the only route I've ever had. I've never had another bid route, so I've only had one. So he's the second one that I've lost. But yeah, just one of the one, it's when I hate to compare it to a dog, but it's just a part of your route, people you see just like with a dog, it's like when I knew when I would go there and his wife's still living, so they'll still get deliveries, but like knowing that he's not there,
Yeah.
like I won't ever drive up there because he has they have a really like long driveway and it's steep, and I've went up that fucking thing when it's been bad out more times than I should, and definitely never going to do that again. But yeah, it's just one of them stops that I like when I'll go to now. It just doesn't have the the shine's gone, man. Fucking sucks.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. Billy.
Hell yeah. Well said. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I think everybody who's done this job and has their own bid route, they've seen people go. They've seen dogs go, right? They've seen the dogs on the routes go. And yeah, dude, it's like life. You know what I mean? Just
It is, dude.
fucking life.
When you stay
Sucks,
on it long
but
enough,
it's just life.
it does.
Yeah.
It is. You
Yeah.
stay in a place long enough, man, you're going to see. That's like, and it's even more so, like we were on the phone the other day when we were talking, and I was, so a lot of times I don't know if I didn't pay attention. I go into that gun place. I'm talking about guns a lot up in, live in West Virginia. People like guns here. Not a big fucking shock, but this gun warehouse, that's what they make them, and they have like 5 kids, or no, they have 4 kids, and their oldest daughter, I'm not sure how old she is now, but it really took me back because I've been out there now for 6 years, and it was crazy because her voice was different. And like, she obviously looked older. I hadn't seen her, but she's like, I don't know, of the oldest kids, she's probably like 11 or 12. So, she's at that age. I hadn't seen her in a while. And to hear her voice be different, like, she obviously looked older too, but man, that kind of fucking broke my heart, man. Cause I was like, oh God. I was like, I knew this is going to happen so fast. Cause like when I first got on that route, she was like basically Willow's age, and fucking, yeah, it was, that one got me a little bit. So yeah, I mean, you get to see, there's a lot of, you get to see kids grow up, families that families become families and them grow up. And there's a lot of positives, but man, like you said, there's a lot, loss is a part of it, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, being on, I couldn't imagine somebody that's been on a route like one of the retired drivers on my route. Yeah, I'll do you one better. This guy, shout out to Ed. Doubt he listens, but just in case, he started on the same route, the route he bid when he first drove. He got it like year 1. I don't know. It was a different time back then. He's been retired for probably 10 plus years. And he was on that same route till we retired, and he worked like 38 years. So he ran that route, dude. Yeah. Like I couldn't imagine. I'm like, dude, being in the same spot that whole time. I mean, he's seeing lifetimes in that shit.
Oh yeah, dude. That's wild.
It is. And I know there's drivers out there that stay on routes like that. I don't know if I'm going to be on mine that long, but yeah, it's, imagine what you see.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Yeah, I might be on a new route soon. We'll see how that goes, but stay tuned for that one because I'll have more updates next episode.
That's right.
Yes. But like I said, stay tuned because I'll update you guys as this progresses. We'll see what happens. So.
Oh my God! See, this is what happens if we record on. I forget about things, and now that you said that, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. I won't spoil it. We'll wait till it's done, and you can explain it however way you want to do it. Is that how you want to do it?
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait.
Okay.
I'll update. Yeah,
okay.
I'll update as it goes. So,
yeah, well, I had a rare occurrence of kind of delivering with another agency. I was in the sticks, so I'm in kind of areas where There are some hill jacks in these parts, and this spot is a hill jacky spot, and they've always been nice to me, but you know, it was just like it's a situation you see and you're not really surprised.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything personally with my own eyes, but when I go up to this place, and I'm thinking, I thought it was a phone. But normally phones require a signature, do they not? Most cell phones. This didn't require a signature, but I think it came from it fucking looked like a phone.
Yeah.
So
I know some might not.
They
I
may
know
not.
iPhones do. I'm not sure about Samsung and Androids. Maybe it's different. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that either.
But,
I mean,
yeah.
as an Android user, they just might think Androids are so shitty, no one's going to steal them, and they're just going to drop them off, DR them, I guess. But
Maybe
could be. But so I roll up to this place, and it normally when I come up, dude, there's like dogs, and it's a rough spot.
Mm-hmm.
A rough spot, and there are kids there, and. You know, I normally will see adults, but it's like there's one house this is on like pretty much the main road. So this isn't a place that's like hidden. This is a place that's kind of like right there. So, it being kind of right where it was, I started thinking that they might be safer. And I'm going to say safer because there's been 2 times that I've had a gun pulled on me in my career. That I know of, and both times were in this fucking area. So I'm like, just say, proceed with caution to say the fucking least. And so there's 2 women and this dude, and they turn around and see me, and they're like, I don't suppose you live here. You know, obviously knowing I don't. You know, I'm walking up with a box in a uniform,
in your UPS uniform. Yeah.
Said, yeah, I'm UPS. I'm like, who you guys with? And they said, we're with CPS. And I went, oh, shit. And then, like, in my head, I'm thinking, nah, I'm not fucking really surprised. As I said, I've never seen anything with my own eyes that if I ever fucking did, to say I would call the police would be an understatement because I would probably fucking do something. It would be hard not to fucking do something myself about that, or at least say something. And then, but yeah, I would never fucking let something like that pass. But this place is like it's just like I would, if I had to assume, it would probably be for living conditions. But dude, so they're like beating on the door, and nobody's like, normally there's people everywhere. I'm not like, because I delivered this.
They all ran.
There's always somebody there. Like, I've never made it to the door ever delivering there. There's people always, when I say people, like multiple people have met me, rather it'd be a kid, an adults, kids, there's always people around. So this place is just fucking ghost town. And I'm like, well, let me try. And so I'd go and I don't beat on it, but I give the knock. I'm like, UPS. And they probably were like, oh, they're probably not going to answer that. Cause we just said CPS. They probably think you just said CPS. So I knocked again. I was like, UPS, I got a delivery for a phone. And I stopped. I didn't breathe. I just listened. And I was waiting to hear if I heard any scurrying about in there. And I feel like I did. I was like, yeah, I think somebody might be here. So good luck. And then I got the fuck out of there because this is an area where, I mean, I'm not saying just because it's in the middle of nowhere, somebody wouldn't be crazy enough to fucking, I didn't know there could have been somebody with a fucking 12 gauge on the other side of that door pointed at for all I knew. But dude, when I came back, so what was crazy was I delivered that and I didn't get the whole section done. So basically there's 2 sections, and, both of these sections, one of them I got a gun pulled on me in one section. I got one pulled on me in the other section. So spread the love with it. I say normally when I deliver this, I'd go out of the second section because that's where I end on. But I had to brake to go do my pickup, so I'm driving back out. And the reason I'm not saying where it is because I don't know if anybody local would hear this. I don't want to fucking get involved with CPS shit. I just hope everything fucking got resolved and the kids are okay because that's the main fucking thing. But when I go back, dude, there's like fucking 20 people out there, kids, people. I don't know what, like adult. I don't know what the fuck was going on. And I was like, dude, where the fuck where did they come from? Have they been hiding? And like, there's like, they have like sheds and there's old cars like that are just not. And I started thinking of that scene in Ace Ventura when he's got all of his pets hiding in his apartment where he shakes the keys and all the animals fucking hide. I said, dude, they have enough places in that fucking area where they probably legit could probably have all hidden separately and fucking waited for them to leave. And that might have been what they did. But yeah, that was teamed up with CPS for a little bit. And
CPS and UPS.
CPS and UPS
All
working together. Yeah. Failing in both deliveries. No, I delivered mine. I delivered it. I was like, it's DR, man. I put it by the door. So good luck. So I didn't want to stick. One, I'd already taken my break and I wasn't going to stick around anyway. And two, as I've just mentioned a couple times, I wouldn't fucking want to piss people off over in those areas. So yeah, didn't want to find out, but I think everything went, I guess, okay. I don't know. Not that it's not any of my business. It's just kind of walking up on a situation and seeing it kind of thing.
Oh man.
Fucking wild though.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've never had that happen where I, randomly have just walked into something crazy like that. I mean, that's. Can you imagine walking up some agent CPS there and shit? You're like, oh,
dude,
fuck.
I have to have told this story, but on my, I'm going to just give the brief of it because it was one of the greatest times. This was right when I first started driving, so way before Instagram for me. I was no social media, no nomad delivery guy kind of thing. So if this story, I don't honestly remember ever telling this story on an episode.
Mm-hmm.
So if it didn't, this is a fucking gem it's been hidden for 210 episodes. But I was making a delivery one time to a place and the fucking like SWAT team and the cops and like that fucking thing they use to knock down the door, like those rams they fucking use. I went to this place and the fucking doormat had said, "Come back with a warrant."
No.
And when I turned around,
I've seen one like that before.
Yeah, that was one of the doormats that said, "Come back with a warrant." And I turned around and there's like fucking 20 cops there, like body armored, fucking armed battery ram about to go to that place. It's like, yeah, like fucking literally, like let me go up there and deliver. Like, okay, we'll see if he shoots the UPS guy first and we'll know if it's safe for us to go up. I didn't even know they were there, man. It was weird. Like, I think they were staking the place out, but I was so fucking green. I was literally, I don't even think I was a year into driving full time. I could have been even covering. It was one of my first areas. And yeah, that was a Morgantown one. That was a fucking, I don't know if I've ever told that story, but yeah, I fucking turned around and they're like just ready, like ram up fucking cops. And then they like didn't even say anything. Like they just signaled for me to fucking move. I'm like, yeah, don't worry, man.
Don't worry. Yeah, I'll be out of your way. I'm going.
Yeah, I had a signature. It's not that important. I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
God. Yeah, dude. Man. Yeah. This is do you have anything else?
Well, if there were to be the only other thing I would want to add that happened last week, just a small rant. to throw. This actually happened in the second section of when I have the country area and the sticks, and I was on a fucking back road, smaller road, and a fucking guy comes up in a truck. And I know you've had this happen, and you're in 1,000, so you're in a much bigger truck than I am. And so I know it'd have to piss you off too. But like when you get to a fucking stop and a truck won't move, like they'll expect you to move.
Yeah.
This is one of them things, and the fucking mirrors, like this thing had like tow mirrors that are like sticking out like fucking 4 feet from the truck. And I'm like, God,
the tow mirrors. Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can get over and we can get around, but like literally his mirror is a fucking problem. And like we're inching and I'm like shaking my head. I'm so fucking annoyed because this dude, like I backed up as much as I could. I backed up because I'm like, this fucking guy's not moving. And we inch by each other. And I look in at this motherfucker and he has these fucking spaghetti string arms.
Yeah.
And looks like just this little fucking, I'm like, you aren't hauling shit. And you have these fucking mirrors sticking out, just annoying. I get so fucking annoyed with tow mirrors. If you use those things, if you actually have a truck that you fucking haul shit around with and need those, good for you. But I feel like 85% of the people I see with those things probably have never used them for fucking one day. And dude, they just, when you're in a truck like we're in, they can just be fucking annoying. And this dude wouldn't back up. And when I looked at him, I'm like, dude, you couldn't even lift my dick out of my pants. You're not going to fucking haul nothing, dude. I was so mad. But I wanted to throw that in there. That was the last thing that happened to me. I believe that was on Friday. And then the week ended pretty smooth. Like I said, we went to a concert, had a good weekend, and here we are recording episode 210.
Oh, hell yeah.
But now that was my last one for you want to see if this thing's real or not.
Yeah. Yeah, the video, if you guys seen it or not sure, but there was a video that was going around. It says it happened in Vegas where a driver caught on camera a speed chase that ended up in a shootout. And, you see this white SUV or whatever it was just go, I think it was a pickup truck maybe, went flying by the guy in the UPS car, and there was a, gunfire happening and all this, and it ended in like a cul-de-sac or something, like a dead-end cul-de-sac or something like that. It looked like. So, there's all this gunfire going on, and you hear the gunshots in the video, but then there's like some random pedestrian, like, John at 302 here on the end cul-de-sac is like standing outside like, oh, what's going on out here? And so like there's certain things that make us think it's fake, and we're not sure if it was real.
And if it is real, obviously, dude, first off, when I saw it, because I initially did think it was real, and then when we started talking about it, I sort of second guessed myself.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me think, like, immediately when I thought of that driver, like, first thing that came to my mind, I'm like, God, dude, that's so close to being wrong place, wrong time. And, then it just like, and, we've obviously spoke for years now about with Franco Ordonez, and how being in the wrong place at the wrong time absolutely can turn tragic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for like them I didn't notice the dude in the yard. I'd have to rewatch it again. But the fact that somebody, I don't know if it would be a curiosity thing, but I feel like you're right. If you hear gunshots, you wouldn't want to stand straight up and look. You at least want to duck. If you're going to look that way, maybe like duck down. But yeah,
dude.
I don't know. It's so hard to distinguish, and I feel like we just saw it tonight, so I didn't really want to divulge too much if it is fake. But
yeah,
if it's real, then the driver that took that had some fucking stones on him.
Something.
Just recording. Like, God bless for the recording for the moment. That's what us drivers, the social media cardboard world is all about right there. Oh God, if that is real, if it's not, then it's just more fucking AI confusing us. But AI is the reason we're fucking confused right now in the first place.
Yeah, right? For real. Ugh, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, guys, there's not much really going on right now in the Teamsters UPS world. So another just, hangout episode, if you will, nothing too serious. And, hope everybody is doing well out there. So
I know what I'd said last week. I think we're going to get him on for the episode 211. So stay tuned. You know who you are. I already said I won't say your name just in case, but we've spoke. We spoke.
Hell
Guest
yeah.
episode coming.
Hell yeah. So guys, on that note, everybody be safe out there. All right. Don't forget, like we mentioned at the top, the Discord, the Patreon. You can find all that stuff in the episode show notes. So, everybody, I am Dave, and your co-host across the screen to me here to my left, Luke. Be safe out there, everybody. And, we'll see you all next week.
Later, everybody.